But did you know that finding a better rate is easier than you think? Compare.com brings car insurance savings to you. Compare your car insurance rates now at compare.com. The whole process takes less than 10 minutes. Drivers can save over $740 a year, and you can check for savings at any time. It's also completely free. So take the wheel and start driving towards savings. Go to compare.com now and start saving today. That's compare.com.
Time now for our starting lineups for our second game of the night. Milwaukee Bucks and the Sacramento Kings. 3D, any matchup, you have your eye.
Yeah, I don't know how many times tonight the Sacramento fans will be yelling, Keegan Murray, because that's a hell of a wall you have to build tonight. Try to slow down Giannis, because Giannis is not shooting a lot of threes these days. He's getting down to the paint.
What about you?
Yeah, I don't know who they're going to have to put on Giannis. And then if Valanciunas going to Lopez, watch out for him hitting 3 or 4 threes tonight because he's going to space the floor.
Yeah, Jonas Valanciunas without Domantas Sabonis in that lineup. A big mountain inside, also a walking double-double. So we'll see how that balances out, those two guys. But for the Milwaukee Bucks and the Sacramento Kings, no Damian Lillard, no Domantas Sabonis. Who do you think has the edge?
I go Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee Bucks have the edge just because of Giannis. They have nobody that can match up with him, and they have guys that's going to be able to knock down and make shots. But we're going to have to see.
All right, the Kings at home, the Bucks on the road. Let's go to this game live. Kyle Draper and Katie Christensen on a call.
In the league, ball movement, get wide open looks that you created in the defensive rotations. You've got Giannis Antetokounmpo. He likes to get in the paint. You better be ready and be on the string.
Leads the league in points in the paint per game. Dribble handoff to Prince. Murray meets him underneath the screen. Tough shot by Prince that falls.
And I would just love to point out that it is quite something that Keegan Murray is going to draw matchups like Steph Curry, Giannis Antetokounmpo, LeBron James, Luka Doncic. He has to do it all.
No nights off for Keegan Murray, especially at that end of the floor. Levine trying to find a little bit more offensive flow. Defers to Valanciunas for the mid-range jump shot. JB knocks it down. He's coming off a 6-point game in the previous contest against Chicago. Really wasn't a good matchup for him, was it?
No, and he struggled a little bit over the last 2 or 3 games in terms of just getting his shot to fall. He's missed some chippies around the rim, and you've seen his frustration as Prince gets all the way inside, but a nice block from behind.
Here's Levine, who only took 9 field goal shots in the previous contest. Murray crashes the offensive glass and punches it home.
Wow, he went by 2 defenders that didn't even bother jumping at the rim. Easy throwdown for Keegan there.
Over the last dozen or so games, he's really moved at a much better pace. There's Kuzma out top. Spins into traffic, good help defensively. And Kuzma's shot is off the mark. Here's Levine. Levine on the crossover, lost the handle. It goes to Lopez. This is where you have to pick up Giannis early as he draws the foul, ripping through. It'll be the first team foul against Sacramento.
And he missed the 3, and he knew it was short. Immediately followed his shot. Look, just with he's on the scouting report too. You see the foul on Giannis. He's on the scouting report as someone that crashes the glass and does a great job on the offensive boards. I'm shocked at how easy that last one was for Keegan.
Meanwhile, Katie, at the other end of the floor, it's interesting because we talked about Giannis leading the league in points and paint per game. As a team, though, Milwaukee is 28, which is very contradictory if you look at it.
Well, because they also have this other guy that's normally helping called Dave Lillard, and they have some great three-point shooters. So what they have done is they have surrounded Giannis, rightfully so, with tremendous three-point shooters, and they are out there and they are chucking that baby up, and it is opening things up for Giannis inside. And if you collapse on him, he's surrounded by guys that are going to knock it down.
Giannis shooting a little over 60% from the free throw line this year. Shooting a little bit better of late. Knocks down the second one. Levine will bring it across against Prince. Run some away action for Murray. Valanciunas off the step up. Good screen for Levine. Murray drives it right by Lopez, and it knocked away by Prince out of bounds. It'll stay at this end. Sacramento basketball as Doug Christie makes the call. Baseline out of bounds.
A little penetration there by pull up in the middle of the key, but he was trying to get all the way to the rim.
Valanciunas from 15, got it. Dave B already with a couple of field goals. This is the type of game that suits his style, right? In terms of physicality and size.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. He matches up well with Lopez. The only thing is that Lopez likes to be on the interior. He's also one of those guys that stretches the floor as a center. So I'm curious to kind of see as we get a little deeper into this game, different coverages, that, including Giannis.
DeMar got the roof down there. Rollins, and welcome to the NBA, Ryan Rollins, as DeMar DeRozan, with his metronomic scoring style. His team's on ticket.
Really gave it to the Bucks back in Milwaukee in January as well at 28. Giannis gets the dunk inside.
I really don't know why there isn't more MVP talk around Giannis Antetokounmpo. The team is 9 games over 500, and he is dominant. Very good defender, too. As Ellis knocks down the side pocket three. Kings up by 4, just underway here in the opening quarter. Murray picks up Antetokounmpo. Rollins on the handoff. One more to Kuzma for 3. That one comes off to Rollins. They'll have another opportunity.
Third thing with a lot of threes. Honest, this is the dunk put back.
Lost it the third time. And here's Levine coming back the other way. Up for JV and hit the iron first. That definitely wasn't a field goal attempt. Kuzma sprays it out to the wing. Rollins, short. Honest with the rebound, spins on DeRozan, who commits the foul.
With a lot of threes that this Bucks team is going to shoot, you also have to be really prepared for the long rebounds. It's going to be important. You see there the turnaround on that left baseline, his favorite spot. He got the rookie Keon Ellis, follows it up with a triple in the corner.
Milwaukee Bucks shooting third best in the league from deep.
Yes.
Giannis out to Lopez for 3. They don't shoot a high volume of three-pointers, but they make most of them when they do at 38%. Like I said, here's Ellis into the front court. Front elbow action for Levine, but well guarded by Prince. Levine couldn't hit the pocket pass, so fires the 3, and it comes off to Giannis. Levine to start this ball game. That was his first attempt. 4 minutes in. Giannis on the THO to Prince. Good help by Murray, but there's a switch underneath. Levine is caught on Giannis. They can't get to it. Good defense by Valanciunas. And rebounded by Sacramento. They did a nice job. Levine with the crossover. Tipped in his fist. That's the kind of tempo Doug Christie wants to see. This is the team that you can punish in transition. And Ellis off to a good start coming off a scoreless game.
Keon Ellis starting lineup, very comfortable knocking down his first shot. A lot of basketball ahead here at Golden One.
You're watching Saturday Night on NBA TV, presented by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Miles of flavor, those crispy peaks, 12 flavors so bold, your whole life is complete. Dipped in the lake, man, that ranch is deep. Crispy tenders, bring the flavor, Wingstop,
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like getting a Bateman when you need the protection of Batman.
Easy, Batemobile, likes the fast, baby.
Never play with poison ivy.
Someone's a flirt.
Bateman, please.
So don't settle for just any insurance, but have State Farm. Oh, I get it now. Poison ivy.
Gatorade, the world's most superior sports drink, designed to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel. It fuels the best because it is the best. Gatorade, is it in you?
My moderate to severe Crohn's disease
and my ulcerative colitis symptoms kept me
out of the picture. Now there's Sky Rizzy.
I've got places to go and I'm feeling free. Controlling my symptoms means everything to me. Control is everything to me.
and now I'm back in the picture.
Feel significant symptom relief at 4 weeks with Sky Rizzy. Sky Rizzy is proven to help deliver remission.
And help visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccine. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or UC.
Ready to get back in the picture? Ask your gastroenterologist how to take control of your Crohn's or UC with Sky Rizzy.
Control everything to me.
AbbVie could help you save.
But the numbers just bear out. And there's been some close ones in there going back to January of 24 when the Kings lost that heartbreaker in overtime off of a Dame 3. But even though they're depleted tonight, no Malik Monk, no DeMontis Sabonis, they're hoping that the group they have to come out with a win.
Gary Trent Jr. checking into the ballgame. Meanwhile, for Doc Rivers, Rollins the primary ball handler. Lopez against Valanciunas. Prince turns the corner. Valanciunas in the drop. Good two-man game by the Bucks. As LaRavia and Devin Carter get ready to check into the ball game for Sacramento as we approach the midway point of the opening quarter. Valanciunas with the keep action. That sweeping hook used all the iron and fell.
Very, very nice and a great finish. We're going up against the NBA's active leader in blocks, and he's second in the NBA this season. Brook Lopez is a force around the rim, and JV in single coverage. Nice little shot off the glass there.
DeRozan trying to stick Giannis. They come with a soft double. Lopez on the drive and rebounded by Murray.
And I like that. I like that soft double you were just talking about because it makes Giannis have to make a decision.
Keegan Murray putting some muscle in his hustle.
Jonas Valanciunas tonight, he's got 6 to lead all scorers. He's a perfect 3 of 3 from the field, and he's doing a lot. I mean, he's knocked down a couple mid-range shots, but they're off the bounce, the kiss off the glass. And Keegan Murray, aggressive tonight, putting the ball on the ground, getting to the rim. He's done an excellent job of trying to factor in early to this one from an offensive standpoint, which we know sometimes it's a little harder for him to do from the start of the game.
Well, so far, his defense hasn't been affected by his offense. Or vice versa. Murray with 5 points. Kings with their largest lead of this ball game, albeit early. Giannis turns the corner. Back out to Lopez. Shot clock at 6. Good closeout by Murray. Tough catch in traffic and bucket.
That is a tough coverage there between kind of the two bigs for the Bucks. I thought Sacramento did a really, really good job. Nice finish there, though.
Levine a little loose on the handle, lost the ball. Giannis couldn't get to it. Here's Carter. Keegan Murray still sitting in the front row. They're trying to retrieve that ball. Valanciunas had a notion. A lot of contact. Lopez knocked it away. Shot clock at 10. Murray with the fadeaway. Got it.
I love it. I love his lack of hesitation, right? He is aggressive. He's not thinking about it. He's putting the ball on the floor. making instinctual moves.
Christie calling for a foul on that last THO. Giannis out top. He's fouled by Murray. As prior to the shot, Zach Sarver making the call on the play. That's going to be the first personal foul against Keegan. Third team foul against Sacramento.
Talked about how aggressive he's been on the offensive end. We just saw a moment ago, nice knockdown shot there, and then he has to come back and open for defending Giannis Antetokounmpo. And here's the reality. I mean, the biggest challenge for him tonight is going to be able to stay out of foul trouble.
Giannis will drive it at you like that. Murray won that battle with a big-time board, too.
Doing a great job in terms of being physical, defending without fouling, and then the box out is the most critical.
Antetokounmpo just 2 for 8. Levine with a straight line drive, got it. Put his head down and got to the eye.
And the Kings, with their largest lead, up 11 here in the first. I like what I'm seeing from them early. They got to stay focused on this end.
Back tap goes right to Prince on the baseline. Tough shot. One and done for Milwaukee. Carter with the hit hand, Laravia. Oh, man, he crossed up Giannis. Murray from the corner. Nick Laravia, a show of handles there. He's been one of Sacramento's best players, quiet as kept. Lopez from deep.
I feel like Jake Laravia shows us a little bit more every single game, and I think a lot of it has to do with just getting more and more integrated into this system.
Levine off the bounce 3, a little bit strong. Chase down out of bounds. That'll be Milwaukee basketball.
I thought that looked from our angle like it went off of Prince there, but Zach Zarba saying that it's off the Kings, and Doug Christie says, I'm going to use my challenge.
Sacramento calls timeout. Doug Christie challenging this ball on the floor, which was ruled Milwaukee basketball.
Sure, they're fashionable, but they also help me watch all the TVs playing all the March Madness at Buffalo Wild Wings. Okay, not fashionable, but the lenses use my patented B-Dubs vision technology. Okay, I don't have a patent, but look at that game, and that game, and that. Let's go, sports bar.
Small party of 3.
When you're with Amex Platinum, exclusive dining benefits and travel perks like room upgrades at 5 hotels and resorts, wow, make going out for your favorite food take on a whole new meaning. That's the powerful backing of American Express.
Just because it's wet outside, you don't need to wear boots. Presenting Skechers waterproof sneakers with rugged 100% waterproof construction in a comfy, breathable, lightweight, easy-to-wear sneaker. Ditch the boots and experience comfy, capable Skechers waterproof sneakers.
Next! Back at the DMV, and I think I'm late on my car insurance.
Good thing the General gives you a break with flexible payment options.
Let's get you a break while you wait.
What is this place?
This is our DMVIP.
Vending machine charcuterie. Ooh. Is that guy getting a painted license?
Wait till the driving test.
Now that's a park job. For a great low rate, go with the General.
It's a doubleheader full of fireworks. First, Jimmy Butler returns to Miami for the first time since the trade, and he's Stephen Curry and the Warriors. Bring the firepower against Tyler Hero, Bam and the Heat. Then SGA is putting up MVP numbers, and he and the Thunder bring the noise to Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and the high-flying Kings. Only one way to find out. Tune in. Warriors Heat, Thunder Kings, Tuesday on TNT.
Off the bench and had a season-high 22 points. 4 of 7 for downtown to go along with 6 boards and 3 assists. And you've got to love the flexibility that Trey Lyles provides Doug Christie and that coaching staff, because really, when they went to that small ball lineup, he had a massive impact on the game. And shooting the ball really well, we know he's a great three-point shooter. The numbers aren't reflected this season, so I'm just saying, maybe this is the time that everything, the page turns and he gets on a roll here.
Never too late to have it click in. Playing that small ball 5, as you mentioned, very impactful. At both ends of the floor, we saw the video. He had a nice block shot as well. Valanciunas off the inbound. Backdoor cut. And Zach LaVine is flying private.
A beautiful, beautiful pass there. He does such a job. Zach LaVine faking coming off of that screen action and then cutting backdoor. Nice delivery for the jam.
Milwaukee Bucks running their exchange slice for Giannis to get that post up. Going to be a foul before the bucket.
And this is what I was talking about a moment ago. Watch as he fakes. He's going to come off. Nice footwork. The delivery from Giannis. Yes, and the acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Nice cut, brother.
Great call coming out of the timeout by Doug Christie and his staff. Miami in the midst of an 11-2 scoring run as the aforementioned Trey Lyles into the ballgame. Miami downsizing a little bit. LaRavia is fronting in the low post on Giannis.
I mean, I think that's the best case scenario for him. Got to see what this foul call is.
I spoke a moment ago, said Milwaukee, Harvey said Miami, not Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo at the free throw line. I mentioned shooting just a hair under 61% from the strike this season. It's been an amazing 12-month period for him. Back to a year ago at this time. He knocks down the first. Time now for our Coors Light. Beating the pressure. Trey Lyles had a huge game on Thursday against Chicago, including a season high 22. And meanwhile, Giannis, number 2 in scoring in the NBA. I alluded to it a little bit earlier. The metrics on him, listen, you can talk about analytics all you want. When you watch the game, you can see his defensive impact, folks. He's a former 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, so add that to his scoring ability, and you wonder why he's not at least mentioned more as maybe top 3 at least.
I think one of the hard things about it for a player like Giannis, who you mentioned all of the things that you just did and won it before, and Defensive Player of the Year, and got a title under your belt. Now, I feel like the longer you're in this, you get the recognition once or twice, that you have to continue to show more, and that's the reality, right?
Look inside. Out of bounds. Come back, but an aggressive and furious move by Trey Lyles with the lefter. So LaRavia tasked with guarding Antetokounmpo. Porter Jr. rejects the screen, gets Lyles on the mismatch. Back out to Kuzma. Good hands by Ellis. Knocked it away, got on the deck real quick. And Sacramento comes out of the back with the ball. Here's DeRozan. Ellis, one more to LaRavia. And he draws the foul from Green. So the lethal swiftness of the Kings in transition, drawing a foul that time.
And all of that started by just quick hands and defensive tenacity from Keon Ellis. Look at that. Just really active quick hands. Gets on the floor. Multiple guys getting in on the action. And it's those 3, Miles, Devin Carter, and Keon Ellis, who really do a lot of that defensive energy.
Rebounded by Kuzma. Here's Porter. Porter, erstwhile of the Los Angeles Clippers, was part of that mid-season trade and got that lay to go. A talented lefty out of the Seattle area. So many talented players in that part of the country. DeRozan in the office and rebounded by the Bucks. Giannis on the fly. The locomotive checked into the station, and the Bucks score the bucket. Timeout, Sacramento.
What does it mean to be rich? Maybe it's not just about the places you can go, but also the people who welcome you home. Not about living like a star, but about feeling like one. Rich measures life in laugh lines, in moments shared, and in days well spent. The key to being rich is knowing what counts.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like getting Bateman when you need the protection of Batman.
Easy, Batemobile, not too fast, baby.
Never play with poison ivy.
Someone's a flirt.
Bateman, please.
Don't settle for just any insurance when you have State Farm. Oh, I get it now. Poison ivy.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sacramento. Hey, get all your Kings action on the go with the NBC Sports app brought to you by Toyota. Scan the QR code now to start streaming. Live in Sacramento. Here at Golden One Center, Mark Jones, Katie Christensen. I decided to tap in. Here's Devin Carter. Brings it up against AJ Green. Miles, here's Laravia off that Spanulis action. The Kings will run from time to time. DeRozan backs down Porter Jr. Comes off. Lyles kept it alive. Kept it in play. Another opportunity for Sacramento. 8 on the clock. Draws the foul. DeMar DeRozan, courtesy of Kyle Kuzma, will get 2.
And Kyle Kuzma has been in this league 8 years and just got like a rookie on that. Anytime you reach through a guy like DeMar DeRozan, he knows that he can rip that up, draw the foul, go to the free throw line.
But a great talk with DeMar. And I asked him, who are some of the people that texted you in wake of your 25,000 point plateau? He said Amir Johnson and Lou Williams, amongst other people. And get this, we saw him get to the free throw line. It was Lou Williams that taught him the pump fake as a rookie in Toronto when Lou Williams was coming off his 6th Man of the Year award.
So how many of his 25,000 has he scored at the free throw line? I mean, that's a big thank you to Lou Williams, right?
Covered the league for 34 years. I didn't know DeMar got it from Lou. How about that? Carter from deep, the moon shot. Ellis crashing. Arabia with a clean look. And Giannis clear.
Has just been phenomenal this first quarter on the offensive glass.
Carter trying to guard Giannis out on the perimeter. Here's Trent Jr. Trent Jr. been one of the better shooters this year, averaging 10 points, but over 40% from deep. Green trying to stick DeRozan in the corner. DeRozan staring at the clock, going to walk him down at some point. Bucks tilt the defense. They bring Giannis over to help. Arabia playing with his food. Tough shot. Lyles with the board. They got 2.5 seconds. Ellis. All things being said, Sacramento leads after the first 12 minutes by 8. Ellis making the start in place of Monk. He's out of the gate quickly, too.
Gatorade, the world's most superior sports drink, designed to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel. It fuels the best because it is the best. Gatorade, is it in you?
Marco's Pizza was just named America's favorite pizza chain, and America said, who? So, to introduce America to America's favorite pizza chain, we're offering unlimited large 2-topping pizzas for just $8.99 each, only at Marco.
What does it mean to be rich? Maybe it's not just about the places you can go, but also the people who welcome you home. Not about living like a star, but about feeling like one. Rich measures life in laugh lines, in moments shared, and in days well spent. The key to being rich is knowing what counts.
Has your car insurance gone up recently? You're not alone. But did you know that finding a better rate is easier than you think? Compare.com brings car insurance savings to you. Compare your car insurance rates now at compare.com. The whole process takes less than 10 minutes. Drivers can save over $740 a year, and you can check for savings at any time. It's also completely free. So take the wheel and start driving towards savings. Go to compare.com now and start saving today. That's compare.com.
Teams capitalize. The technology startup competition is live. Vote for your favorite local company that you want to receive a cash prize of $10,000 for further development of their business. Visit kings.com/capitalize-tech to cast your vote now. Sacramento trying to capitalize on a productive first quarter. They lead by 8 as we get ready to start the second period. It's Ellis, LaRavia, Markelle Fultz has checked into the ball game with DeRozan and Locke.
If you're the Kings, how do you take advantage of these non-Giannis minutes? That's the important part. You played the whole first quarter. Now you got to try and get a tackle.
Lopez with an impressive block on Lyles. Kuzma in transition, all the way to the iron, was looking for a call, and Milwaukee deficit is now 6.
He's going to be one of the guys that tries to pick up the scoring. LaRavia going for the 3 in the corner, and Trey Lyles, another offensive rebound for the Kings.
DeRozan a little bit strong. Fultz with the offensive board out to LaRavia. He'll dial up another one. This one falls. Looks towards the basketball heavens and says, finally.
8 boards and 12 already for the Kings off of offensive rebounds in this game.
Maybe just the second three-pointer of the ball game. Porter Jr. in traffic over Lyles and gets it to go. He is a bucket getter. He's a very gifted offensive player. Listen to the front court. Green trying to guard DeRozan. Staggered screens for DeRozan. Back out to Lyles on the pick and pop. LaRavia getting downhill with the lefty leg. Take LaRavia.
Very nice. Be able to get all the way to the rim before your shot blocker and Brook Lopez can take it to the front of the rim.
Porter Jr. in the lane. Back out to Lopez for the open 3. Got it. Lopez amazingly rediscovered and remade his career. While in Brooklyn, he started to shoot a bunch of threes. Here's the 3 from Lyles. That one rims out to Green. Porter Jr. in a nice rhythm right now. He's feeling it. You can't let him get hot. He gets buckets in bunches. He had a 50-piece as a member of the Houston Rockets a couple of years ago.
He is a very talented offensive player. And again, a lot of these guys are going to start to look for their shots more with Giannis on the bench. So your defense has to shift to be able to cover everybody.
Ellis with a nice show and go. And Porter Jr. grabbed him. That's going to be before the shot.
And what you got to continue to do, no matter who's on the floor, if you're Sacramento, is continue to hustle. And Trey Lyles has done that. And you see in our Smud Clean Power Cam, the offensive tap out off the board, and it ends up leading to a Jake LaRavia 3. And
Jake's been waiting for his bust-out game. He's pretty much had one already, but use a few more. DeRozan whips it to the corner. Ellis for 3. Got it.
And after just one triple in the entire first quarter, and that coming from the Kings, Sacramento knocking down a couple, and you've got one already from Milwaukee in the second.
Porter Jr. on the drive, out to Lopez. Good contest by Lyles, and it comes off. Loose ball, Ellis, but it comes off to Kuzma. He sprays it out. Trent Jr. for 3. Rebounded by DeRozan. DeRozan 1 for 4 from the field. Fultz. Now LaRavia. Back to Ellis, who relocates. LaRavia circles back for 3. Man, that was pretty basketball. Everything but the bucket came.
They just were on a hamster wheel going in the same spot for 3 or 4 times.
And Lopez with an easy one at the other end. The lead has been cut down to 5 with 8:38 to go in the first half. Nick LaRavia, erstwhile of the Memphis Grizzlies, A couple moments and thanking the divine basketball god.
Let's talk salary.
Great. What do you typically offer for this role?
It's competitive.
So is it like competitive salary or is it like competitive salary?
It's somewhere between competitive and competitive.
Right. And then the number would be
Competitive.
With Indeed, you can avoid awkward salary conversations from the start.
oh, a number.
What do you mean a number?
It's an actual number.
People are good. For laughs, for snorts, for cries, and goodbye. People are good for doing nothing or getting up to something. People are good. For you, Jim Beam. Let's enjoy it together.
I'm really sorry. I know this is rude for a first date.
Totally fine.
Riley, everything okay?
You need help?
God, tequila never killed anybody.
Give you my son.
How's this date going?
Drowned. Rated PG-13.
Liberty Mutual is all she talks about since we saved hundreds by bundling our home and auto insurance.
It's pronounced Liberty. Liberty. Nice try, kid. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Liberty.
New Chipotle Honey Chicken brings a hint of pure honey and seared smoked peppers with fresh chicken hot off the grill. For Chipotle heat with a touch of sweet and a perfectly balanced sauce. Chipotle Honey Chicken takes heat and sweet to a whole new level.
When it's time to start your business, it's time for Shopify. Designed with easy to customize themes, sell everywhere people shop, and never miss a sale with the world's best converting checkout. See why millions of businesses sell with Shopify. Start your free trial today.
You buy Wendy. Try a $3 Son of Baconator today.
Look at the respective brain trusts on the sideline. And meanwhile, some good news today for that young man, Isaac Jones. Folks, I hope he's not on a keto diet because he's going to be seeing a lot of bread. He had his two-way contract converted to a standard NBA contract today by the franchise, and congratulations to him. And he is a real testament to the player development that they do here in Sacramento. You think about where he was, Katie, when we first laid eyes on him in Summer League here at the California Classic to where he is now, a precipitous improvement in his game.
Without a doubt. And it comes from, having to get some serious playing time with the G League Stockton team as DeMar knocks down the free throw line jumper. But he's also had great segments of time here with the home club as well, playing against top-level NBA talent and continuing to develop, and what a great accomplishment for him.
Lopez with deep position against Lyles, bullying his way to the bucket and earning a couple of free throws with his team down by 7.
DeMar DeRozan into his areas where he operates so well. You see as he's reading the floor there and the defense trying to figure out who's going where, just steps in for a nice mid-range jumper, knocks it down.
5 points so far in the ball game for DeMar. Lopez at the free throw line. You're just joining us, Milwaukee without Dame Lillard tonight, nursing a calf injury, while Malik Monk is out due to a sickness. The Sacramento Kings.
I feel like that's an illness that has kind of made its way around the locker room. Vic Arabia missing a game a couple games ago. The big win against Cleveland, he was not available. I kindly asked them to stay away from me.
Yeah, and you know what? I tell you what, you got to try some Siberian ginseng and some other homeopathic remedies I find help.
To start coming to you during cold and flu season at the school.
And zinc. Zinc pills work too. It's point leave. I'm not a doctor. I just play one on TV during Kings games. On top, Fultz hands it off to Levine. Being guarded by Porter Jr. Here's Valanciunas. DHO to Laravia.
It's a physical game without a doubt.
Valanciunas left it on the front rim. Good crash by Fultz, but it comes off to Porter Jr. Porter Jr. going to try and walk down Ellis. Nice spin and dime inside. Lopez had it wedged, then tipped it in. Wow.
What a nice play by Porter Jr. I mean, knew he had Lopez on the baseline, just needed to make a move to draw a double, and was a dump off pass.
Levine thought about it. Skip pass to the corner, Laravia. On the drive, step through, a little bit of jelly by Jay.
Oh, but I think he taking a bad step in that move.
That jumper rims out. Valanciunas controls. Laravia wincing in pain right now, but seemingly okay. Fred Jr. with the steal, and that's going to be a foul. They might call it a clear path foul.
Zach Levine is
saying
angry.
got hit in the mouth.
Yeah, got hit in the mouth.
Fred Jr. actually went
from
through
his
him.
lip.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so they're going to review this right now. And is it because of the contact to the face, or is it about the clear path? Yeah, Zach Levine talking to the officials, asking them to look at the foul first.
Ruling on the floor is a defensive foul on Levine. The play is being reviewed to see if it meets the criteria for a clear path.
So it's not going to matter whatsoever.
Zach Zarber, our crew chief tonight. Levine going to have a fat lip after this. Here's one more look at it. Let's see where
He got elbowed. He got elbowed in the mouth.
Fred Jr. with a heads-up play to take a stab at that basketball.
Let's see. I mean, I don't know if it could be.
The ball was already loose.
The ball was loose, and he was nowhere near, but there was no one out in front of him, I believe. So I think it could likely be clear path.
While we're on Levine, Katie, I want to talk about his field goal attempts, but first, Zach Zarber with the announcement.
After review, because the ball was loose at the time of the loose ball foul, it is not a clear path foul. This is a common foul. It'll be Milwaukee basketball, sideline out of bounds.
Now the officials telling us there's some infection control going on with
Yeah, it's the
Zach
blood coming
Levine,
from Zach Levine's mouth.
That's what they call it. I'm just using the rule book talk. Infection control. AKA fat lip, busted lip. Knocked out my chiclets, something along those lines. What about Levine, though, tonight, Katie? 3 of 6. What do you make about the pacing of his field goal attempts?
I think that, there's times where he really looks to be aggressive and times where he really looks to try and get others in a little bit of a flow. And he struggled last night against Chicago. And so I think that, he's come out of the gate a little bit more aggressive, looking to knock down his shot. So he's gotten a couple really good looks, hasn't knocked down a 3 yet, but has done it in a variety of other ways.
Here's Porter Jr. out top, guarded by Keegan Murray. Lopez against Valanciunas pulls the 3 and laces it. So the Bucks pulled to within 3.
The only one that has made a triple is the center for the Milwaukee Bucks, Brook Lopez.
The 2 of 10 from deep. Levine on the handle. Back to Levine. Drives it off Prince. Into the corner. Ellis pulls. Got
job there by what we were talking about a minute ago is just the different ways. It's not just his scoring where he can really impact, but you can see a concerted effort to get good looks for his teammates.
He has such gravity offensively. Porter Jr. around the world, double team. Back out to Green against Ellis. That one comes off and JB clears. Christie makes the call. Laravia, what a move, but no finish. A lot of contact, no whistle. Prince from three. Got it.
Yeah, Prince is one of those guys that is a tremendous three-point shooter. 36% this season, but man, he can hit it in bunches.
Ellis around the screen. On the step through. Nice move by Dion. He's up to double-digit scoring. He's got 11 to lead the way for Sacramento.
Important correction. Brandon Prince is second in the league. He shoots 44% from long range. So you know that you got to watch out. We talked about it earlier. This is a team in the Bucks that can make a great percentage of their threes. Second in the league. They're starting to heat up here in the second.
And Porter Jr. looks like he's hooping at the small crossover summer league right now out here.
The physicality is at an all-time level right now.
Ellis into the corner. LaRavia on the drive. And draws the foul on the play. As Antetokounmpo gets ready to come back into the ball game for Milwaukee. LaRavia will have a couple of shots at the free throw line. It's the second personal foul against Porter Jr. Having a good night off the bench for the Bucks. He's up to 9. Jake LaRavia at the free throw line. Averaging just under 7 points a game on the season. Misfiring on the first as Giannis comes into the ball game.
Played the whole first quarter and sat out here for about 7+ minutes of the second. And it's a 2-point ball game with him coming back on the floor.
Arabia goes 1 for 2. Sacramento's up by 3. Lopez out top. Inside, good backside help from Ellis. Knocked it away, but it goes to Giannis with 5 on the clock. Prince with the step through and got it to go. The lead is down to 1. Valanciunas back to Ellis. Rips through and draws the foul. They're going to call that the Bucks are the penalty. No, they're not. That's the third.
And
going to be shooting, though. He was on the way up.
The Milwaukee Bucks have played incredibly physical on the defensive end. I mean, it's hard to even start getting off the screens, the physicality, and I love the Kings' response to that, which is snap drives, put it on the floor, and make them have to collapse their defense. And they've gotten to the free throw line, and Keon doing a great job on that last play, stepping up now.
Rosen checks into the ball game. Arabia gets a breather with 4:06 to go in the opening half. Keegan Murray and A.J. Green on the floor at the same time. Those two guys played against each other in the high school district and state championships back in the state of Iowa. Yeah. Hey, Keegan told me that A.J.'s team sent him home twice. Trying to flip the script here tonight against
channel that anger, Keegan.
Yep. You can see it written all over his face. Ellis on the move. Oh, punched it home on Prince. For the junior at the other end. Giannis was looking for the lob. A whistle and a foul. They're going to count the bucket.
Be on JD. That is his third foul. Got to see that again. Looked like he had a ton of space, but first we're going to take a look back at Keon Ellis in transition. Avoids the contact, the throw down right there, and how he changes it in our sub-league power cam. Here's the foul. Oh my goodness.
He got him on the arm, the left arm.
Got him on the arm.
It appeared as if Lopez initially wanted to throw a lob to Giannis. Ended up getting the bucket and one. It brings Milwaukee to within 2. Lopez with a good night. Got 18, leading the way. That's going to be a foul against Kevin Porter Jr.
But I was
That's
talking
going to
about
be his third.
Just trying to kind of impede movement on the offensive end.
I'll tell you what, if you dusted Zach LaVine for Prince right now, you would find Porter Jr.'s fingerprints all over him.
It would look like a crime scene.
Yes.
Yes, it would.
Rollins checks into the ball game. Milwaukee comes into the game 39-30 overall, 5th in the East. Things trying to climb in the West. They're 9th. Coming into tonight's action, DeRozan around the Valanciunas screen. Raises up. His shot like Torian Prince wasn't even there. Like he was a pylon.
You're just trying to hurt.
DeRozan trying to find his rhythm. He's 3 for 6. Into the corner, Green with a catch and shoot 3. Comes off to Ellis on the fly. LaVine on the crossover into the body of Prince. Counted.
I think it took Zach LaVine getting popped in the mouth for him to maybe think about doing a little harm to this Bucks team. He looks about as upset as I've seen him since he's come here to Sacramento, and he is a very even-keeled guy, but there is an error of motivation right now here in the second quarter.
He's taken 7 shots so far tonight. With 3 minutes to go in the first half, he's 4 of 7. Ideally, we talked about it earlier, you'd like to see LaVine get anywhere between 15 and 20 per game. He's played it the right way tonight. Not to mention the 4 rebounds and 3 assists. Sacramento back up by 7 under 3 minutes to go. Rollins brings it up against Ellis. Giannis off the elbow. The double comes. Rollins open. Kuzma in traffic. Big time bucket. Wow. Snatch that out of the air and put it back. Now Kuzma with his second field goal. DeRozan got a switch and got some food. Lobbed it up to Valanciunas against Kuzma. He draws the foul on Lopez trying to help. So DeRozan played that pretty well, Katie.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I love how as soon as he got the switch on Brook Lopez, he drew him a little bit out from the basket, and then he throws the lob. Does a great job of making him have to rotate. JB is going to be at the free throw line when we come back. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Congratulations.
Yay.
Now that you got the easy stuff done by comparing insurance rates with Progressive's Home Quote Explorer, you can start thinking about all those other homeowner things. I'm not even clear on what half these people do.
Flavor. Everyone wants a taste. Challenges are our greatest opportunities. We take them on, we make our most extraordinary dreams real. Introducing the most capable Honda you've ever dreamt of. All new Passport Trail Sport. Built for limitless determination. This isn't just for me. This is for everyone who ever doubted me. And the millions of SoFi members who defy financial doubts every day. Because when you earn more money, save more money, and have a game plan for your finances, there's no stopping your generational ambition. Celebrate financial independence with the official bank of the NBA. SoFi, get your money right. It's always with you. The rituals, the thrill, the hope and belief, the racing heart, the sweaty palms. It's what keeps you going. Game after game, block after block. The dream that this time might actually just happen. And if it does, well, you played your part along the way.
From the best seat in the house, Xfinity. Bring on the good stuff. We welcome you back to Golden One Center. Jonas Valanciunas gets hyped, folks. And if you don't believe me, just look at this pre-game routine that he consistently performs. He loves that body contact. Our official of security, Sean, there almost took one on the chin. But Devin Carter said, no, thanks.
Devin Carter wants no part of that. JV is a wild animal, like a rabid dog is what it reminds me of. And I think that a game like this specifically, it's right in his wheelhouse because it is a physical game. You've got some bigs in both Brook Lopez and Giannis Antetokounmpo, and the Bucks overall play a very physical style. He can be a little wild out there.
Yeah.
This is when he comes out when he's announced as the starting lineup. Poor Sampson, it's his birthday. He probably had to go and put on some ice packs there.
Went to urgent care right after that greeting. 6-point lead. Valanciunas at the free throw line. What a find. What a get he was by the front office. Johnny McNair and Wes Wilcox acquiring a starting level center who's now playing valuable, priceless minutes in the absence of Sabonis with the injury. Giannis out top to Trent. Trent Jr. with the floater comes off. Kuzma missed the tip. Ellis with the board to DeMar.
The Kings have done a great job of game rebounding.
Bean gets open on the elbow action. The step up. Valanciunas hands it off to DeMar. Shot clock down to 4. Ellis fouled by Trent Jr. on the way up.
Evaluating the shot clock when the ball back in. Just Keon having to create something, and nice shot fake there, draws the foul. Gary Trent Jr. reaching in, taking the bait.
Keon Ellis really excited about the fortunes of his alma mater, Alabama. They advanced after their first round game in the NCAA tournament. They play St. Mary's next. Northern California school, and told me that he phoned up Jordan Ford, who played there, and got a little friendly wager on the game. Jordan's playing professionally in Italy right now, so picked up the long distance charge and made a wager. Ellis, a 86% free throw shooter on the season, and you'd have to give him full marks in his start here tonight in place of Malik Monk.
He's all season long. I mean, this is his 16th start, and all season long, he's done a terrific job of stepping into the starting lineup and showing that he can elevate his offense, but also we know what he does game in and game out on the defensive end. And so, I'm a huge fan of Keon and his story. And you look back to last year against Houston, and it was it was one of those, the game was in hand, and that third unit came in, and in those minutes, that is what changed everything for him and why he is where he is today.
He makes it a 10-point Sacramento King lead. He has 15 in this quarter, 18 overall. Rollins on the sticks, on the handle. Connaughton takes the handoff. Trying to post up Giannis. The double comes on the catch. Boy, they've been mixing up so well. The double team on the catch, on the bounce. They rotate out of it. Kuzma open. And Keegan Murray wrests the ball away from Milwaukee.
And that is how you play player-to-player defense against someone like Giannis Antetokounmpo.
DeRozan in the office. Light work. Skills to pay the bills. DeMar DeRozan makes it a 12-point lead. And that's his 4th field goal.
And when Giannis came on the floor, it was 40-40 in favor of the Kings. And they have been able to build their lead while having to focus on how to slow that man down right there.
Kuzma inside, slips loose for the layup. Doc Rivers says that Kyle Kuzma has a very high basketball IQ. Ellis had a notion against Rollins, got underneath. Inside, Lyles! Hit it with his chin. And the Kings lead by 12 again. 2-for-1 scenario for the Bucks if they won. That's his patented shot, and that time he draws the foul. Keegan, he has been working at that religiously.
And when you got him solo, it's one thing, but it's 5 guys that have to be on the same page. And you've got the double team come right here. And watch this excellent job. It's harder when you don't have the full frame, but everyone rotating over. And then Lyles flying out to test that three. You have to all be on the same page, communicating at a high level, and you've got to be willing to cover a lot of ground.
Kings have limited Milwaukee to 43.5% shooting from the field tonight. First one comes off.
The big one. This is the second best shooting from long range in the association. And they've held them to 4 of 15, just under 27%. You've got to make sure you come out with the same intensity in the second half.
I think we got free pizza tonight.
Free pizza in the building.
Wondering what it was. DeRozan out front. About a 7-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Brent Jr. switches on DeRozan. Lyles for three. Ellis crashing. Goes out of bounds. Wonderful effort. Interminable effort by Keon Ellis.
The offensive rebounding has been top level in the first half.
5 on the clock for Kuzma. Inside, batted away by Laravia. It'll count. Love the fact that at least DeRozan let it fly. That's the end of the first.
The Sacramento Kings in the first half on an 18-7 run. Keon Ellis tied as the leading scorer in the game, leading the way for the Kings with 18 at the half.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
The best part of the Sonic Strawberry Mangonada Slush con Tajín is probably the sweet strawberry. Oh, the tangy mango. El Tajín. Okay, esto está difícil. Discover the Strawberry Mangonada Slush and many more flavors in the Sonic app.
People are good. For laughs, for snorts, for cries, and goodbyes. People are good for doing nothing or getting up to something. People are good. For you, Jim Beam. Best enjoyed together.
They're ruthless. An NBA mastermind.
8 games last night and didn't miss any of the action. How is that possible?
They're dropping stats we've never seen before. How?
Copilot powered AI features in the NBA app. Real-time insights, AI-generated highlights. It makes keeping up with the league super easy. It's really not that hard.
Once upon a time, Goldilocks took out the Ram 2500 Rebel. Next, he tried the Ram Charger. Then finally, the Ram RHO. Then they were just right.
During Ram Truck Month, get $6,500 combined cash allowance, plus current Chevrolet, Ford, and GMC owners get $1,500 bonus cash. Select 2025 Ram 1500 trucks.
Those are out in LA for this NBA TV race. Clippers tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern on NBA TV.
Playoff time. Competition level as good as it gets. This is one of the this time we walk around.
This is how you make a name for yourself.
The American Express halftime report is brought to you by the powerful backing of American Express.
Keon Ellis running the floor, getting rewarded. He's got 18 at the half on just 7 shots, 5 for 5 from charity stripe. Also 6 rebounds for assists. Chris Miles here with John Wall and Dennis Scott. And let's start with Keon Ellis because he has been playing really good basketball for the Kings this season. But this game, the first half, on display, leading the way.
Yeah, you know, I mean, he put him in a position to be their point guard. He's been great for them defensively, but the way he's been shooting the three this year has helped them span and be on the floor a lot more. But He's on pace for a triple-double, 4 assists, 6 rebounds, 3 for 4 from the three-point line. You couldn't ask for nothing more for him.
Opportunity knocks, guys. We know that when the Fox trade happened, Cam was like, yes, I have a great relationship with Fox, but he's leaving now. It's the business of basketball. More opportunity for me. I can show the rest of the league I can score the ball. I didn't see this coming out of college. We just talked about in the break. I didn't see all this. So I'm happy for the young man that he's taking full advantage of this opportunity.
Yeah, and taking advantage of opportunities, hitting the glass. The Kings with 12 second chance points. That's really where they're building this lead.
Well, it's the extra effort. And when no Dame Lillard tonight, they're taking full advantage. You know, Dame will knocks down those shots and get extra opportunity. But right here, Keegan Murray, you follow your shot. That's something we learned basketball 101 as a kid, follow your shot. But watching this game, guys, it's like you can see the effort. You can see the paying attention to detail, little plays like that. Like, how does the guy shoot the ball and 3 guys around him, he gets it? Same thing here. Tip out by Lyles. Now, come on, man. Like, where's the defensive rotation? There's no life. I know Doc Rivers at halftime is probably going crazy right now. It's like, come on, guys, rotate. You got to get to the ball. Rotate to the ball. But that's the second effort. So you give Kings all the credit for working hard and giving extra opportunities.
Yeah, for the Bucks, they got 49 points aboard, but the 2 guys you pointed out before this game, Brook Lopez with 18, Kevin Porter Jr. with 9. But you mentioned, you're like, oh, I like Brook Lopez in this particular matchup.
Yeah, because I think he has a size advantage against those guys. He can step out and make threes. He's 2 for 5. But lately, Brook Lopez has been scoring. I mean, usually with this team, he's just been a guy that's been an anchor defensively back there with Giannis and able to space the floor. But he's been scoring the ball lately. Kevin Porter came in and got 9 points. The one guy that we also talked about was Gary Trent. He's 0 for 4. We always said when he's scoring the ball and making 3 for them, he's giving that advantage. But one thing, you got to rebound the ball. Sacramento's getting the second chance points, and they're converting. When you get those extra rebounds, sometimes you might not score. They are scoring on those extra points, and that's why they have the lead they have now.
John, can Brook Lopez get back like he was a few years ago when they went to the finals, won the championship? As much as I say it again, we love what Giannis is doing. Yeah. Dame's going to be Dame. But let's remind people, Brook had a pretty good run, too, when they won that championship. Can he get back to that?
I think he can, but I don't know if it's there. I don't know if they're going to let him be that type of Brook Lopez they had before, because you also got to think, they had him in a trade discussion before the season and at the deadline. And I was like, which way are y'all going to go? Because he implements Giannis the best out of all the players they have, in my opinion, because at the 5, he protects the rim, can space the floor and shoot threes. When you're trying to double team Giannis, that helps him a lot. But if he's not knocking those threes down or getting rebounds or doing the little things, I don't think they help. But he has to be great for them to beat the Milwaukee Bucks also that won the championship.
Such a great point he makes. When they won that championship, Brook Lopez, correct me if I'm wrong in the back, Justin, but he was in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year that year when they won the championship, to your point.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, certainly was a finalist that year, I do believe. But this one of 2 games in action right now. LeBron James back on the floor after missing the last 7 games.
Oh,
right
the
now,
game is back.
Well, they're not defending Kobe White. That's the issue.
A lot of people now.
I think they're down by 7.
I want to know what LeBron takes to work for old people like me.
When you're with Amex Gold, you can stack 4 times points on restaurants around the world. So sharing the same taste after all these years, stays sweet. That's the powerful backing of American Express.
Taste is not an option. Taste is everything. 1800, the world's most awarded tequila.
Wendy's has a fresh JBC or double stack in the app for only $1. In fact, they're so fresh, this JBC is still getting made. There she is. Show off. For the freshest deals on what you love, gotta be Wendy's.
Whether because of discomfort, lack of mobility, your lifestyle, or occupation, you sit inactively way too many hours a day. Introducing Ellipse, the premium quality automatic seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation without physical strain or impact.
It is so quiet that none of my coworkers even know I'm using it.
Strengthen and tone your legs, increase your mobility, flexibility, and balance. Plus, stimulate healthy circulation.
My joints feel better, my knees feel better, my back feels better. It makes me feel stronger too.
Perfect for home therapy. Whisper quiet to use while you work.
My circulation is moving, I'm burning calories, and it makes me feel energetic.
Call now and order Ellipse, the seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation. Call and get upgraded to the Deluxe Bundle. Get the faster motor or 5 miles of steps per hour, the step counter, the sport mat, and wireless remote. Call now.
LeBron James back on the floor after missing the last 7 games. He's got 5 points, has taken 6 shots. Luka Doncic, 17, has made 3 threes. Austin Reeves, 7 points, 3 for 5 from the field. So we're going to pay attention to that trio. On the other side of it, Kobe White, 6 for 8, 16 points for the Chicago Bulls. Let's go live to the Lakers and the Bulls.
Luka does return, but he comes in for Jordan Goodwin and not Dorian Finney-Smith.
So don't stays out there with 3 personal fouls and 7:51 remaining in the second quarter.
Sometimes you gamble and win. Sometimes you gamble and lose. We'll see how this gamble pays off.
Oh, there he goes. He's going to the bench. And now with Gabe coming on.
Yeah, 3 fouls. With this amount of time, they made sure they got him to the sideline.
By the way, real quick on Kobe White. You know, he was scoreless in the first quarter against Sacramento, a 4-point first half, then had a 15-point third and a 16-point fourth quarter. Just piled it on in the second half. Luka looked like he could have gone in and just laid it in. They're just running the Lakers out of the building.
Well, they're changing ends. There's no question about that. But the Lakers are making some ill-advised decisions once they get into the paint area.
That's 18 fast break.
That's when you've got that open lane after the screen. Go ahead and flush it.
Jackson, of course, the great field goal percentage. Last season, he was 72%. You know what he is this year?
What's he?
72%. Jackson Hayes.
Consistency.
Absolutely. 7 minutes to play. Luka's open. Ooh, Luka drives. Kick. Reeves. Forget about it. Now 7 to shoot. He's going to try to get to the rim. Little contact there. He scores.
He absorbed the contact and kept his balance. Good play.
The other end. That's going to go up, over, out.
Thank you, Jackson Hayes. Another look at that play where Jackson Hayes was able to fly to the rim and flush it after the assist from Austin Reeves. And Austin followed it up with nice concentration after some contact. Pulls the Lakers to within 6.
5 straight over 20 points, 29. They missed the last one now. 8 times he's missed the game. Lakers 4-4, but he's not in the lineup. Luka just backs it up a little bit. Can't hit the outside jump shot.
Bulls went on a 14-3 run. Remember, the Kings and the Bucks live here on NBA TV. But when we are done with our game, we're going to bring you the conclusion of the Bulls and Lakers. Right now, DeMar DeRozan and the Kings all over the Milwaukee Bucks. Second half coming your way.
Ace's new Yard RX program prescribes the best lawn care, specific to your yard's needs, delivered every season. Because when you want greener grass, less weeds, and fewer bugs, now you can get a personal prescription delivered to you from the helpful folks at Ace. You'll get everything you need at our best price each season, guaranteed. From our store to your front door, with service so good it's guaranteed.
I told myself I was okay with my moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis symptoms.
With my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. But just okay isn't okay.
And I was done settling.
If you still have symptoms after trying Humira, Rinvoq works differently. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill from the makers of Humira that can rapidly relieve joint pain, stiffness, and swelling as fast as 2 weeks for some. Even at the 3-year mark, many people felt this relief. Rinvoq can stop joint damage. And PSA can leave skin clear or almost clear.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work.
Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events: infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Ask your rheumatologist if switching to Rinvoq is right for you.
And take back what's yours.
We are into season 6. I thought this was the stupidest idea ever to do a podcast until I did it with you.
An inmate at the Calipatria State Prison.
How they getting podcasts in prison?
Chuckster, I got no idea.
We're big in prison.
Can you do an Australian accent?
I'm better at the Boston thing. Can I get a bowl of the chowder?
Is it just me, or is that horrible?
Why do everybody think you're black?
It's just the swag, Chuck.
New episodes of the Steam Room Podcast. Download and watch weekly.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
The American Express Halftime Report is brought to you by the powerful backing of American Express.
All right, for the Sacramento Kings, they've lost 5 of their last 7. Keys for the Kings to pull out this win, and keys for the Bucks. You go first, John.
Keys for the Kings: keep making shots, keep getting offensive rebounds, keep getting out in transition. That's the only way I can see them trying to get this win and contain Giannis. You know what I mean? Keep double teaming him and try to make somebody else beat you. And you can live with Brook Lopez winning games instead of giving up threes.
I think Doug Christie's saying, guys, we got 27 rebounds in half. Let's keep beating them on the glass, keep living in the paint. And I can see Doc, come on, guys, give me some life. We had no life in that first half. I can see Doc lose his voice, just preaching because there was no life in that first half.
The focused face for Giannis. He's got 9 points on 8 shots in the first half. We'll be here following the action. Remember, the Bulls and the Lakers are a few minutes behind this game, so we're going to go to that live as soon as this one is done. We'll be here with you following the action.
Against Rollins. Being on the DHO. Valanciunas sets the screen. Levine inside. Unselfish basketball. Everything, including the bucket.
Really, really nice play there, drawn up. See the passing skills of Zach Levine, and that got his big man pretty stoked, pretty happy.
Rosen went for the steal. Kings in rotation. They cover for him nicely. Inside Kuzma with an easy one.
Zach having to go from one corner to the other to cover that. Kuzma ends up getting the ball on the opposite side.
Rosen rejects the screen. Nice pocket pass to Valanciunas. That's 2 in a row for JV.
JV got 12 points, 5 of 6 from the field here tonight. He's starting the third like he did the first. Couple quick baskets.
Boy, Giannis extends that arm and lays it home. And Antetokounmpo, with his 4th field goal, he's got 11 now. Rosen got it back from Valanciunas on the Nash dribble. Back out to Keon Ellis for 3. Here's Kuzma. Giannis with a head of steam.
And this is the hardest part, right? If you can prevent him from getting the ball as an outlet pass or getting the rebound and taking it up the floor, that is the majority of what your job is on the defensive side.
Good luck trying to slow that down.
Yeah, when you see that, there's nothing you can really do to prevent that, exactly what's happening. Fowler going to the free throw line, but you foul in a situation like that because he shoots 60% free throw line.
Giannis tonight is 3 of 6 from the line. Talking earlier about the great year that he's had. Not only represented his country, Greece, in the Olympics, but got married to his longtime girlfriend, Mariah. And guess who performed the ceremony? Vin Baker. I was told that Vin Baker led the nuptials for the beautiful couple. I tell you what, that is so special when you can have one of your coaches marry you.
I know. I mean,
about that.
Just tells you how close you become with your coaches, right?
Vin Baker, an ordained minister, son of a pastor, grew up in Connecticut.
I'm also an ordained minister, so during the off season, I'll be performing weddings if anyone needs.
Hey, Katie, I didn't know. I got another side hustle, huh? Kuzma across court for Rollins. Rollins said, "Excuse me, Lopez, I got it." And Giannis had that. Did he ever?
Off the rebound for the Jam. It's a 9-point game. Sacramento's done a good job of withstanding Milwaukee's runs today.
Ellis drives the closeout. Nice pass to Murray for three. Let me hear you, Sacramento.
Just the absolute best.
Murray with 4 field goals, 10 points. At the other end, Prince counters with a 3 of his own. He is standing at 9. Levine changes gears, got to the rim, no foul. Looking at Zach Zarber for a whistle, won't get one. Giannis on the crossover, put his shoulder down, got it back, and got hacked.
And Keegan almost got the turnover in the open floor. When Giannis gathered it back, even Keon to foul again. And look at the putback right there. I mean, it's ridiculous. And watch this in full speed. Talk about his athleticism on the boards, and then what do you do with that coming straight at you in transition?
Check your health here.
Seriously.
I was speaking with Giannis recently, and the big fella, how many pounds have you put on since you were a skinny 18-year-old coming into the league? He said 51. 51 pounds. Evenly spread out on that almost 7-foot frame. Hey, Kings fans, your first step to securing your season ticket membership is by joining the Kings member waitlist. Place your deposit to be notified when memberships become available to purchase. Learn more and join the Kings waitlist today at kings.com/membership. Katie, if I gained 51 pounds, it'd look a little bit different.
Yeah, well, I have, and it does. I think yours would be mojito induced, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't quite add the size of the shoulders, is what you're saying? Okay.
You gotta shred that thing a little bit more. 7-point ball game. Valanciunas set the screen. It goes out top to Levine. Working off the bounce against Prince. Prince moving his feet well. Zach Levine, a tough shot maker.
It's so smooth.
He's up to 11 on the game. He is back to 9. Kuzma to try and walk down Levine. Rollins pulls the 3 and it comes off. Murray with the board. Sacramento hasn't punished Milwaukee in transition that much tonight. And Levine patting it and got the bucket.
Degree of difficulty, 10.
This on the inverted pick and roll. Walks into the midi. Knocks it down. That's the one that's improved by over 11% this year.
Just under, about 48% in the mid-range game, which is a great improvement, as you said. But he's still only getting about a little over 4 points a game outside of the paint or not from the free throw line.
Valanciunas, wow, what a reverse. Contorted his body midair. He got it the ball.
A tremendous job against Brook Lopez right at the rim. 6 of 8, 14 points.
Giannis might have traveled with it. He came down, and they blew the whistle. He hit the ground before he made the pass. But Zach Levine started to find his way offensively.
You're going to see what a smooth operator he is right there. I mean, he can explode so quickly. And when he gets up into a shot, it's like slow motion, right? Just does a tremendous job of getting squared and has a soft finish, soft touch.
Levine walks it across. Valanciunas with a step up. Back to Levine for 3. Ellis with the rebound. Kings with another opportunity. Rosen working on the roof, draws the foul. And he'll go to the free throw line for a couple of shots. Foul against Ryan Rollins. For DeRozan exploiting the inexperience of Rollins. Out of Toledo, the 44th pick a couple of seasons ago. Getting regular tick here with the Milwaukee Bucks now.
Yeah, I mean, just you think about it, this is his 10th start tonight. Obviously, with Dame out, that's why he's in that starting lineup. But he's played in 44 games,
Right.
just 13 games, or 45 now, but just 13 games a season ago. So, yeah, I mean, he is a young player that they obviously are pretty high on.
Doc Rivers is quick to tell anyone willing to listen that, as he told me, if you put something important in front of our team, we'll compete for it. We saw their capabilities in that in-season tournament championship.
Defense by Keegan Murray.
Giannis got it back. Comes out to Rollins, one more to Prince. Drives a closeout and just forced that one in.
That right there, tough to defend because Brook Lopez basically screened off the defender so that Giannis couldn't come and defend at the rim there.
Rosen off the screen. Back out to Valanciunas. Went around the world to the wrong guy. And that's a foot race that he's not going to win. The lead is down to 9. If there's a pass that JV could take back, this would be the one. Right there.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like getting Bateman when you need the protection of Batman.
Easy, bait will be a lot too fast, baby.
Any last word? Just one. So long, dermatologist.
That's why you need the real deal.
Go home, Bateman. Do a podcast or something.
That's hurtful.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
This tax season, do more than just catch up. Spring forward with a free 5G phone with select Straight Talk plans. You can spring for those new sneakers they need, the unlimited streaming he needs. And with Straight Talk, spring for something you never knew you needed. Spring forward with real unlimited data and get a free 5G phone with select plans on America's most reliable 5G network. Find us at Walmart and StraightTalk.com.
When you pop open an On the Rocks Cosmo, you get masterfully mixed magic that takes the vibe uptown. Bartender created cocktails anywhere on the rocks.
With these bad boys, I can watch all the TVs at Buffalo Wild Wings. I won't miss any March Madness. Doug City for 3. Nice shot. You look great.
You look great.
We do not look great. Let's go Sports Bar.
TNT Tuesday brings you Jimmy Butler's return to Miami.
Jimmy Butler rocks the rim.
Then the Kings host SGA and the West leading Thunder.
What a shot.
Warriors Heat, Thunder Kings. Coverage begins Tuesday at 7. Presented by State Farm on TNT.
He is unstoppable. First of all, no team is really that, you know.
They're losing this game. You want to bet? Before your wager, hear from the incentives on it. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Visit SacModBMW.com today for exceptional offers.
Giannis Antetokounmpo catalyzing a mini comeback here for the Milwaukee Bucks. So look at his numbers, pre and post All-Star. His field goal attempts down a little bit.
Well, you
His
look at
minutes
his
down as well.
minutes are the big one to me, right? And he played tonight just under 17 minutes in the first half. You know, everyone, you know, you already had someone in the starting lineup that played over 20, and so I think part of it is a concerted effort by Doc Rivers, thinking ahead to postseason run, right?
He himself has talked about being able to play his best coming down the stretch. Out to the corner, Valanciunas wide open, line drive is short. One and done for the Kings. Antetokounmpo also a primary ball handler a lot of times for the Milwaukee Bucks. Off the Lopez screen, snakes it, spins, pulls, and one.
A big to big screen, basically, and you've got so much space. Look at where it took place, and that gives him just a ton of opportunity to be able to maneuver off of the switch, the spin, back to the rim, the finish.
13 of his 22 coming in this quarter. You knew this was coming, right?
Of course.
He had 9 points.
Kind of like
at the
I
break.
knew Kobe White wasn't going to finish with 8 points in the game against Chicago.
He gets excited when he sees Sacramento forwards in front of him. The lead is at 7. Antetokounmpo at the free throw line tonight with 6 of 10. Both league leaders in free throw attempts per game. Cuts down that to complete the 3-point play. Lyles checked into the ball game for Valanciunas. Levine turns the corner. Lyles drives it. Nice cut by Ellis to get open, and he catches out.
It's beautiful. Nice open movement right there. That is not a scripted play. That is just cutting and reading the defense.
It's a high ball screen for a Antetokounmpo. Working on Lyles. Turns into the double team. Kings in rotation, doing it well. Rollins back out to Lopez. DeRozan got a hand up. It didn't matter.
Look, Lopez just showing you like he has elevated his game. Evolved it over the course of his 17-year career. He's got 3 of 6 from downtown.
Levine slammed on the brakes but missed the 3. Antetokounmpo with the board. Walks into the midi and knocks it home. We saw that a little bit earlier.
They make him have to hit that shot, and if you can keep him out of the paint, as long as you don't foul him on a jumper. He's hit 2 today, but again, that is not his preference. He is trying to get into that paint.
Lyles left it on the front rim. Milwaukee can tie with a 3. Kevin Carter getting ready to come into the ball game for the Kings. Giannis in rhythm. That one comes off. Rosen against Rollins. They empty out the side. They clear it out for him to go to work. Raises right up over Rollins and draws the foul. He's like comfort food, man. You go to him when you want to feel good about your offense, right?
Yeah.
I mean, gets you to the free throw line at least.
Gets you to the free throw line. It gets you a bucket. Look at this nice pass from Trey Lyles to the cutter Keon Ellis. Again, that is just heads up play by Trey, seeing the floor well. And Doug has talked a lot about not wanting to run as many plays and wanting them to play with a little bit more simplicity to the offense. It's about learning just to read and react. And that is a perfect example, that play, of what Doug is talking about.
Kevin Carter into the ball game. Carter, Levine, DeRozan, Lyles, and Murray on the floor for the Kings. I'm not sure what Doc Rivers can tell Ryan Rollins about defending a 16-year vet. There's a bucket on demand. But he tried a moment ago. Rollins brings it up. Green in the corner. Good closeout by Carter. Arabia getting ready to come into the game. Rollins cross court to Kuzma. And he drills the 3.
It's his first triple of this Bucks team, who's been under 30% for most of the game, are now up to 35% here as the third is kind of coming closer to an end.
DeRozan with the rhythm dribble misses the midi. Here comes Giannis with a chance to tie at 80. Gaining steam. Lowers his shoulder and put 3 guys in the weight room with 1 bucket. And a mean mug from Milwaukee's menacing Giannis Antetokounmpo. Tied at 80 with 3:13 to go.
What you got to
New balance. We got now.
Oh.
Huh. Nature sure is full of wonders. Red Bull gives you wings.
The new Red Bull Spring Edition with a taste of grapefruit and blossom, with and without sugar.
Challenges are our greatest opportunities. When we take them on, we make our most extraordinary dreams real. Introducing the most capable Honda ever dreamt of. All new Passport Trail Sport. Built for limitless determination.
New Chipotle Honey Chicken brings a hint of pure honey and seared smoked peppers with fresh chicken hot off the grill. For Chipotle heat with a touch of sweet and a perfectly balanced sauce. Chipotle Honey Chicken takes heat and sweet to a whole new level.
He blocked him at the rim.
Let's try the buzzer.
Blocked him again.
What's going on?
Keeping up with the NBA, you know how it is.
Dude. Just get the NBA app. See the latest scores and stats. Every highlight, go behind the scenes. All for free. You don't need to do all this. Check it out.
Hey, where you at? Brother, this is fire.
I know. That's why I'm on it. Remember who put you on, okay? Remember.
I'm there. 7 in the ball game, and he is having himself a quarter right now, doing it by getting downhill, and those imperious drives through the lane are pretty much unstoppable right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's knocked down a couple mid-range shots as well, but this is the problem that the Kings are having, really, is the ability when he gets it off of either a rebound or a quick outlet, and he puts it on the floor, he's getting into the paint, and you cannot stop that. And so a lot of the work is being able to, the Kings did a great job in the first half of crashing the offensive glass. You've got to give credit to Milwaukee. That is something they've done a better job of here in the second half, is keeping off the offensive glass. And that has allowed Giannis to have more opportunities to get out in transition.
Boy, Trent Jr. all over Carter, no whistle. Here's Levine. Got downhill, raises up. It just comes off, and now the Bucks with a chance to take the lead. Antetokounmpo. Clean spin. Back out for the lead. Green. The Kings dodged it. There's that. Lyles is wide open. So is Murray. Count it.
Using Giannis to initiate offense. And they're doing a little bit different here in the second half. They were in the first, and you can see why Doc Rivers is going to it.
Certainly dialed up his usage rate here in the second half. Approaching 2 minutes to go in the third. Murray again. Carter with the offensive board. Murray relocates. Reloads. Lyles with the putback. Counted.
And what was I talking about a moment ago about the Kings not being on the offensive boards the same way we saw them through the first two quarters? Well, that was a brilliant possession. You're going to get Devin Carter, who comes up with the first one, kicks it out to Keegan, and then Trey with that second offensive board there for the putback.
Green in the corner. Out to Trent Jr. for three. Comes off to Murray, tipped it to Carter. Green with pace. He's fouled by Giannis. But Christie applauding his team for the push that time. That's going to be the first.
And that is the first personal foul, Giannis, tonight. And that's another thing you got to try to do if you're playing against a player of his caliber, is make him have to defend you. See if you can't silent him a little bit by having him sit. But so far tonight, he's done a great job defending without fouling.
Kuzma switches on to Levine. Levine lost the ball and was knocked out of his hands. It'll stay Sacramento basketball. Zach Levine 6 of 13, 13 points tonight. 5 different Kings players in double-digit scoring. Step back three from the baseline.
And that is the first triple for Zach Levine tonight. And a welcome sign for Doug Christie.
Porter Jr. missed the layup. Carter leading the break. Crosses on Green. A little bit off balance, got the whistle. And Devin Carter will go to the free throw line for a pair.
You gotta love his confidence as a rookie, without a doubt. But previous play, Zach Levine, step back three right there over the outstretched hand of Porter Jr. And he was 1 of 6 against Chicago from deep. This is first tonight, 1 of 5. Hopefully that is where we see the floodgates start to open a little bit.
We've got to remember, folks, about Zach Levine is that coaches along the NBA spectrum think so highly of him that, remember, he was on USA Basketball's gold medal winning team in Tokyo several years ago. And you don't get invited to be a part of that group by being a scrub.
Take a look at the top 5 in three-point leaders this season. He is in third place right now. There is not a single person in the top 5 that has even attempted 300 threes, and he's attempted over 440. So he's a volume three-point shooter that is in that conversation of the best in the league.
Boy, Giannis doing a full-court dribbling drill and punching it home. Arabia had full-court pressure on him, at least three-quarter, and still couldn't slow. Trent Jr. switches on to Levine with 10 on the shot clock. Levine playing with his food. Races up and blocked by the former two-time Defensive Player of the Year.
That was really close to a goaltender.
They double-team Giannis. Nice trap. Kuzma inside. Whistle. He'll go to the free throw line for a couple of shots. And I was alluding to the fact about his defensive prowess. This is why he should be in the MVP conversation. Who else is doing that? And scoring 30 a game at over 60%. Who's made the line? They got a little one on the way who's ready to roar with the Kings. Signed them up for the Sacramento Kings Crib Club, presented by Kaiser Permanente, and kickstart their fandom early. Visit kings.com/Crib Club to suit up your tiny fan today. One right there. Yeah, sign me up, Pop. Already got the beer. Kuzma knocks down the second. The lead is down to 3. Sacramento can run it all the way down.
Very familiar conversation with the official ransom. See what comes to that. Does not seem happy.
Kuzma switches on to Carter. 10 on the clock. Guard screening action gets it to Levine. Carter with an off-balance 3. That's way off. At the buzzer. Not sure that would have counted. They were ready to wave it off because you can't shoot it from behind the back. 12 minutes to play with the Kings up 3 when we come back to Sacramento.
You're watching Saturday Night on NBA TV, presented by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
People are good for laughs, for snorts, for cries, and goodbyes. People are good for doing nothing or getting up to something. People are good for you. Jim Beam. Best enjoyed together.
New Chipotle Honey Chicken brings a hint of pure honey and seared smoked peppers with fresh chicken hot off the grill. For Chipotle heat with a touch of sweet and a perfectly balanced sauce. Chipotle Honey Chicken takes heat and sweet to a whole new level.
Those 26 miles in the rain? Yeah. FrameBridge can frame that with custom framing made easy. Whether it's a pick or a Picasso, FrameBridge will frame it with the highest quality materials. Millions of custom frames and counting. Get started today at framebridge.com.
Why pay too much for cable TV when it costs less for Fubo? Get all the channels you want with all the entertainment you love for the price that cable can't beat. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
Since a little kid, I always loved basketball. Gives me joy, gives me peace. I feel like I was born into basketball. It just was everything in my life. I love getting against the best basketball players in the world.
That's what I agree. Being able to make my own dream come true is just a special feeling.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sacramento and Golden One Center, where the Kings lead at 89-86. Fourth quarter underway. I'm Mark Jones, outside, along with Katie Christensen. Milwaukee turns it over on the opening play of the period. The Bucks outscored the Kings in that third quarter, 37-28.
That is
Giannis had 22 in those 12 minutes.
And it's the first quarter that the Bucks have outscored the Kings tonight. They did a great job in the first and second quarter, and now they've got to respond here in the fourth.
DeRozan over Kuzma, like he wasn't even there. DeMar DeRozan. This mid-range magic, he's got 15. Junior with the step back over Valanciunas, who's back in the ball game to start the fourth.
I think he really fills his role very well for Doc Rivers. I mean, we know from his time he's a guy that likes to pull the trigger, but he's selective and he makes great choices offensively.
DeRozan right in his rhythm. DeRozan finding his rhythm up to 17. Kuzma out front. Close screen by Trent Jr. Nice cut. Porter Jr. with some elevation.
Really, really nice. There with Kuzma, but the cut, freeing up Porter Jr. along that backside, that was all him.
Markel Fultz takes the screen. Got Porter Jr. on his hip. Markel searching. 10 on the shot clock for DeRozan. Kuzma on the break. Lopez, one more to Porter Jr., one more green with a green light. That one rattles out. Been a pretty lethal three-point shooter for them this year, shooting 42% from deep.
If you're Sacramento, you want to try and get this, see if you can't get a 10-point lead at least. Get this to a double-digit advantage while Giannis is on the bench.
Valanciunas sells the pump fake, got the reverse. Giannis on the bench to start the fourth. Valanciunas with 16. Porter Jr. inside. Kuzma. Green put Ellis on a flight. Knocked down the jumper. Lead is down to 2.
Another one of those guys for this Bucks team. Keep the mess out of the ball. Just not a high volume shooter, but spot shooter as you just saw.
Concerned Doc Rivers' trust by his improved defense this year. Porter Jr. switches on to DeRozan. 7 on the shot clock. Ellis with 3 on the clock. Over Trent Jr. Kuzma draws the foul in traffic. Kuzma will go to the free throw line. That's going to go against Valanciunas, not DeRozan. That's going to be his third. Nick Green cashing out there.
Yeah, and he was surprised and he turned and looked at the official, but his arms were nowhere near vertical. So that is the correct call, and that actually is his fourth personal foul.
Kuzma at the line, just a 63% free throw shooter. Levine quickly back into the ball game for Doug Christie.
That's another thing that's kind of wild. Kuzma is statistically for his career a much better free throw shooter. Shot almost 78% a year ago.
Knocks down to second. Coach is telling me that he's all about basketball. He is consuming huge amounts of film when they're not playing.
Well, I mean, and I think there's a renewed kind of need for him.
You would think. Valanciunas, that line drive jumper. It's at a 3-point lead for Sacramento. Oh, it's hit the deck. That's going to be an offensive foul.
Oh, I think
an incredulous Doc Rivers can't believe the call.
I think actually that Keon might have got away with one. If what I saw right in front of me actually happened, it was quick, but I think Keon was kind of. Oh no. Okay, because I saw only the part where Keon was holding on to Porter Jr.'s arm, but that absolutely was an offensive foul by Lopez.
Porter Jr. on Levine. Well, Milwaukee really extending its defense, and they get the turnover. You could feel that coming with Porter Jr. and Trent Jr. The way they were denying the wing
I mean, seriously, I feel like been wearing Gary Trent Jr. like a bad rap tonight. Like truly, he has been just a very physical, aggressive defender, and when you're doing it consistently, you get the benefit of the doubt by the officials.
Right. Arabia picks up Porter Jr.
It does force some retaliatory stuff as well.
Trent Jr. for three, knocks it home, and we're knotted at 97. Another one of those 40% three-point shooters for Doc Rivers. DeRozan from 17. Now the Bucks with a chance to take the lead. Here's Green. Green into the corner. Prince catch and shoot three. Levine with a head of steam. The Seattle area guys going at it. Levine. This is that one. Rivers makes the call.
Halfway mark of the board. We know that soon can make no headway in terms of extending the lead, and now Milwaukee, Mark taking the lead.
First lead since 2-0 for the Milwaukee Bucks. 100-97 with little under 7 minutes to go. DeRozan. Valanciunas flips the screen. Arabia. Good closeout by Green. 4 on the clock. Arabia dials one. Carter. We're tied at 100. Laravia with his fourth field goal for 11 points. Switches on to Porter Jr. Goes around the world with a step back. Told you earlier, he is a bucket getter. Kevin Porter Jr. has reclaimed his career under the tutelage of Doc Rivers.
Well, there's shots available with Giannis on the bench right now, and he's going to make sure that he is finding his.
Levine took his eye off the ball and turned it over 2-on-1 for Milwaukee.
And there's a shoe in the middle of the free throw line.
Well, there's your answer,
He
right?
lost his shoe.
Blew a tire, folks. Zach Levine will strap it back on. But going into turn number 3, he blew a tire. Had to go into the pits. Back after.
So what are you thinking?
I'm thinking about our honeymoon. How about Africa? Our hot air balloon ride. Swim with elephants. Wait, can we afford a safari?
Great question. Like everything, takes a little planning. Or put the money towards a down payment
On a ranch
in Montana.
with horses.
Let's take a look at those scenarios.
JP Morgan Wealth Management has advisors in Chase branches and tools like Wealth Plan to help keep you on track. When you're planning for it all, the answer is JP Morgan Wealth Management.
Gatorade, the world's most superior sports drink, designed to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel. It fuels the best because it is the best. Gatorade, is it in you?
Touches of black. They say a lot without having to say much. They stand for elegance, refinement, and prestige. Even a little can go a long way. And though they're darker than the darkest night, they make you see everything in a new light. Get 1.9% APR for up to 60 months on the purchase of select new 2025 Sportage and 2025 Sorrento models.
Sure, they're fashionable, but they also help me watch all the TVs playing all the March Madness at Buffalo Wild Wings. Okay, not fashionable, but the lenses use my patented B-Dubs vision technology. Okay, I don't have a patent, but look at that game, and that game, and that. Let's go, sports bar.
When you're a small business owner, your to-do list can be a lot.
Super helpful.
What are invoices?
Progressive makes it easy to see if you can save money with a commercial auto quote online, so you can get back to all your other to-dos.
Absolutely not.
Get a quote at progressivecommercial.com.
Sacramento Kings trying to turn the tide right now, trailing 5-4 as we welcome you to the Lazy Boy broadcast booth. Going to bring in Morgan Reagan right now. Morgan, what has been the change of tide right here? Because Sacramento being outscored in the second half by a punch so far.
Yeah, well, Giannis woke up and he just went off, especially to start the second half. But I really thought the Kings could have done a better job in these non-Giannis minutes, but they're not executing. They're turning the ball over, and then you see Zach LaVine pushing the ball. No one's running with him. They're not doing the little things right now, Mark. Yeah, I think the little things is one of the things that, I pointed out earlier. To me, the offensive rebounding by the Kings was a big difference in the first half, just because it was limiting, the ability for this Bucks team to gain downward hill momentum. Yeah, absolutely. You're exactly right. It's just the little things, putting a body on someone, making sure that extra effort was there. And you were seeing that extra as DeMar DeRozan gets that in-one opportunity. But you guys, we keep the forceful, aggressive nature from the Kings offense, and they'll be okay.
All right, Morgan, look forward to hearing from you a little bit later in the postgame. As DeRozan, tell you what, man, DeMar's like Novocaine. He'll take the pain away real quick. Scores the bucket to stop the bleeding, to bring Sacramento back to within 2. Completes the three-point play. Keegan Murray picking up Giannis 94 feet. Let's see if this works.
Well, and
At least he slowed him down a little early.
I absolutely like it. Make him give up the ball. He does not want to handle the ball at the top there with that kind of pressure.
Porter Jr. out the green. One more to the corner. Prince for 3. Got it.
They have gradually, throughout the course of this game, just increased their three-point shooting.
Prince is up to 15. Rosen, gotta like this matchup against Green. Brings it out to Lyles for 3.
Extra ball movement, get a wide open shot. And could DeMar have gotten that bucket over Green? Absolutely, but he gave up a good shot for a better shot.
Porter Jr. lost the handle and on the turnover. Sacramento with a chance to regain the lead. Kuzma will come back in for Doc Rivers. One more look.
Prince, one of those knockdown three-point shooters for this Bucks team. And the answer on the other end, after a great pass from DeMar DeRozan, Trey Lyles knocking it down. He's got 7 in this one.
And Christie makes the call offensively. That's what they want. Empty out the side for DeRozan against Trent Jr. Raises up. Good defense by Laravia. Got his chest on Giannis. Murray showing help into the corner. Another three. Trent Jr. with a difficult three.
Why you need like that? Face the floor when you have someone like Giannis, because when you're double teaming all over the floor, the furthest pass away going to be wide open.
Murray drives the closeout. Lyles, unsupervised, missed everything. Murray in Giannis's chest. Whistle. And he lost the handle, turned in the corner.
That is an offensive foul by Giannis Antetokounmpo, but take a look at what we like to see from DeMar DeRozan. Watch as he sets the screen so that he can get the switch he wants right there. Gets Green on his back, gets the ball, goes to work, and it is a 2-point game here as the fourth quarter, 3:05 when we come back.
Gemini, I'm struggling here. Got any tips?
When you swing, aim for about an inch behind the ball.
Here goes nothing.
Oh! Oh! Did you see that? Sounds like it worked. Let me know if I can help with anything else.
When you pop open an On the Rocks Cosmo, you get masterfully mixed magic that takes the vibe uptown. Bartender created cocktails anywhere on the rocks.
Before the spotlight, we struggled to keep the lights on.
Tatum with the ball.
My ambitions were to make it to the league and get my money right. Saw more for myself. And SoFi gives members confidence to see more for themselves, helping them earn and save more money for their ambitions. Believe you can get there with the next generation of banking. Join the official bank of the NBA. SoFi, get your money right.
You can get a Wendy's double stack or JBC for just $1 in the app all March Madness. If a deal could dunk, these fresh burgers would be on every highlight reel. But deals can't dunk. Or can they? For the freshest deals around, it's gotta be Wendy's.
Liberty Mutual is all she talks about since we saved hundreds by bundling our home and auto insurance.
It's pronounced Biberty. Biberty. Nice try, kid. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty.
It's a doubleheader full of fireworks. First, Jimmy Butler returns to Miami for the first time since the trade. And he's stepping third in the Warriors. Bring the firepower against Tyler Hero, Bam and the Heat. Then SGA is putting up MVP numbers. And he and the Thunder bring the noise to Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and the high-flying Kings. Only one way to find out. Tune in. Warriors Heat, Thunder Kings, Tuesday on TNT.
Now for our Toyota game summary. Keon Ellis starting tonight, his 16th start of the season, 20 points in this one, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. Also perfect 5 of 5 from the free throw line. 18 of those coming in the first half of the ball game. Giannis Antetokounmpo for the Bucks, 31 points, 22 of those coming in the third quarter. And he's also got 16 boards to go along with it. He has been an absolute freight train as the Kings are trying to slow him down here with 3 to go in the fourth. But DeMar DeRozan, 9 points in the fourth quarter. He is going to be a big part of how Doug Christie attacks this Milwaukee defense going forward.
For the last couple of years, the top fourth quarter scorer in the NBA. Here he is on the left wing. In his favorite spot, working against Porter Jr. That one comes on. Got the look that they wanted. Murray on Giannis. Trent Jr. turns the corner, pulls it back. It comes off to Levine. Sacramento with another chance to tie. Levine with the cross. Lyles 12 on the clock. Being against Trent Jr. Tough turnaround. Sacramento's had some pretty good looks, Katie. Can't argue.
Well, and for two guys that you have a lot of faith with them having the ball in their hands.
Porter Jr. out front with 10 on the clock. Here's Giannis. Off the elbow. Double team. Lopez with 3 on the clock. He's got a pull and does. And Sacramento gets the shot clock violation.
Great stop right there by the Kings. And Giannis frustrated with the shot from Brook Lopez. But you got to give credit to the Kings defense there. Did a great job of kind of forcing it into the hands of someone other than Giannis in that moment.
Rosen walks it across against Booster. Rejects the screen. Lyles slips it. Rosen, Lyles. Bravia with 5 on the clock. Murray for the lead.
Of the ball movement, though. They got a wide open three. Not even an opportunity, but it was a great look.
Another good look. Another painful miss. Giannis lost his shoe. Doc Rivers calls timeout. So Giannis can get his shoe back on. We've seen that twice now this evening.
Yeah, really in quick succession, too. It was just a few minutes ago on the game clock when Zach LaVine lost his, but 1:07 to go. When they come back, they're only going to have 9 seconds on the shot clock.
Now, a quick word from the Sacramento airport.
Thank you for pushing us to get better, to do things differently, and for making Northern California the incredible region it's become. It's been a trip. Now, who's ready for the next fight?
So 1:07 to go, Sacramento trailing by 2. Mark Jones courtside along with Katie Christensen. Sacramento trying to improve on their 9th seed position in the Western Conference. Milwaukee storming back here in the second half. It's Bucks basketball, 9 seconds to go on the shot clock. And there's the inventory, folks. Sacramento is 3 games back of Minnesota in the loss column, but 3 games up on Phoenix in the loss column.
Phoenix, you know,
They've won 3 straight.
Recently coming in, you know, because of what's going on in Dallas. I've never seen a team more injured, more depleted than the Mavericks, and that has dropped them right out of that play-in position and given the Suns an opportunity to try to revive their season.
So Murray is on Antetokounmpo. Porter Jr. will trigger from the sideline out of bounds. They get it into Giannis. Drives right to the bucket. Blocked by Murray, but it goes to Trent Jr. The King favors the Bucks for the 3. Wow.
My goodness, what a great defensive possession, and then it just ends up in the hands of a three-point shooter.
Lyles, way strong. With under a minute to go, Sacramento down by 5. They need to get a stop here or a steal.
And if you're Milwaukee, you're going to try and run the clock here and use as much of it as possible.
That's the guy you want to foul, Giannis, but instead they get it to Lopez. 5 on the shot clock for Lopez. Got ripped. Loose ball out of bounds. It'll stay Milwaukee basketball with 2.9 to go. Wow, what a block by Keegan Murray here.
Just coming across, trailing the play, the rear view block, and it just happens to go into the hand of a three-point shooter on Trent Jr.
There he is again. Pulls it. And that's going to be a shot clock violation almost. LaVine on the move with pace. Got the foul. Stops the clock with 23.6 to go. Chance to make it a 1-possession game.
Excellent job there by Zach LaVine to quickly get it, advance the ball, and immediately attack because now the clock is working against you. I see people kind of making some movement in the building. There's plenty of time.
Yeah. What are we doing? That's not what we're doing now. We heard one of those Bucks players yell, "He with us." I already know what that means.
This is the first time that I've heard it, like consecutive games.
Yeah.
Haven't heard it all season. Heard it in the last 2 games.
Levine goes 0 for 2. With 22.6 to go. Sacramento really in a difficult spot. The guy who won a foul, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Go to the free throw line and try and put this game on ice for Milwaukee. Much like 48 hours ago, the tide and the tempo turning in favor of the visiting team in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, the teams did an excellent job in the first half. But listen, you know, I think that they played Giannis minutes in the first half, and I think they have a lot of faith that if needed to, they can rely on heavily in the second. They're trying to manage his minutes and had to play a lot during the second half.
5 minutes at tagal.
Giannis with 32 points in 34 minutes for them. A very efficient 12 of 20 from the field. Knocked down 8 of 12 free throws. Giannis in Yoruba, the African language, means the crown has finally come home.
Box win.
Off of his miss, DeRozan long on the 3, and that should pretty much do it. The Milwaukee Bucks will come into Golden One Center on a Saturday night, and by virtue of a strong second half, they'll win it 114 to 108. Doc Rivers' team improves to 40 and 30 on the season. Folks, you can best believe that they're a threat in the Eastern Conference.
Milwaukee Bucks trailed by 14. They went on a 14-5 run in the fourth. They hand the Kings their 6th loss in their last 8 games. A big comeback win for the Milwaukee Bucks. Bulls Lakers still live.